Hi everyone, my name is Srini Koganti with Srini Capital. In this video, I'm going to go over the investment opportunity in a company called AMBArella. The stock symbol is AMBA. Right now, it's trading at around $84 with a market cap of 3.6 billion. We'll go over what the company does, what are its prospects, and how high the stock can go. Just as a quick overview, so right now it's trading at 84 on September 9th, 2025. And expectation is that it might touch, $150 to $200 by end of next year, by end of 2026. That's our estimate. Let's see why it is and what's the rationale behind it. So here's a quick overview. AMBArella designs computer vision based chips used in various applications like ADAS, the self-driving cars, or even robots, or any physical AI, any devices that use artificial intelligence and move in the physical world. They need to look at the physical world, and for which they need a camera and an intelligent recognition of physical world. And that's what the AMBArella provides. They provide a chip that can basically recognize objects and make, so that it allows the devices to make intelligent decisions like driving and routing and picking up objects in case of robots, and so forth. They have about 530 core engineering team, and right now they are in the current chip is in 5 nanometers chip, and they've actually used Samsung for actual preparation or manufacturing of the chip. So it's a fabless core design company. So they make the designs, they use Samsung to manufacture the chips, and then they sell the chips to various companies, various customers. So as you can see in this AI ecosystem, you have the data centers where the companies like NVIDIA, they dominate, and then you also have from the data center you move to the network edge, and that's where the data gets collected to the remote network centers. And if you go to the edge, that is where actual devices, the physical AI, I call it physical AI because this is artificial intelligence in the physical world. So things like robots and self-driving cars, intelligent cameras, facial recognition, security cameras, etc. Anything that kind of sees the world and makes an intelligent decision is the potential use case for AMBArella's processors. Okay, let's look at quickly dive into the numbers. The last 2 quarters, they have seen significant revenue growth. That's what caught my eye. It's actually their the earnings calendar is it's different. They call it Q1 FY 2026, which is in a real world calendar. It's a Q2 2025. So they've seen a revenue growth of 57%. And prior to that, they've seen a growth of 62% and 63%. These are year-over-year revenue growth numbers, which is pretty impressive. A company growing at that rate must be hitting a growth trajectory. So they've turned from non-GAAP loss to non-GAAP positive. On a GAAP basis, they're still losing money. The difference is in the GAAP earnings, they have to deduct the stock-based compensations and other non-recurring expenses are deducted out to calculate the GAAP net loss or net profit. But non-GAAP net income kind of gives you how the company is doing without taking into account of the employee expenses and so forth. So right now they've turned positive, and the growth is also pretty impressive. Again, the company, looking at the company's history, they were initially a video processing industry. So they were making chips that kind of process the videos captured from, let's say, webcams, security cameras, and even consumer devices like GoPros. So they became, I think, commoditized, and so they realized that, and they quickly moved into AI chips. So it is not just the processing of videos using a chip, but also recognizing and making intelligent decisions at the edge. So in case of a physical AI, if you have a smarter chip that can make decisions at the edge, it doesn't have to send the data to the data center to make the decision. So it's going to be a lot faster and a lot cheaper when the edge device itself makes decisions. So that's where, that's the difference between a normal video processing chip versus an AI chip. So AI chip has a built-in neural network capability, and it can make the decisions at the edge. It doesn't have to rely on the data center to make the decision. So they'll make that switch, and I think that seems to be giving positive results. Now they're hitting the growth curve. Now let's look at these are their various chips. So as you can see, they're in the 3rd generation AI chip right now, and they're in 5 nanometer, and they're also designing into the 2 nanometer is under development. So as I was mentioning earlier, so they have moved away from the normal video processor chips to an edge AI workloads using neural networks based processing. So who are the customers and what are the use cases? So this is where the interesting part. So they have the massive tailwinds of robotics, drones, and eVTOL markets. So all these things require a camera with an intelligent AI-based decision-making capability. So this is a huge tailwind that is accelerating the growth of AMBArella. So this is the most exciting part. As you can see, this is one is of course the AI at the data center. The other one is the robotics. So this is, I would say, for the next 10 years, the world is going to get automated with the robots and drones and virtually the vertical takeoff vehicles, the eVTOLs. So all these things require a smart vision. So basically they give eyes to all these devices that are going to roam around in the physical world. So this is the huge tailwinds for the AMBArella. Now let's look at the competition. Is there any moat, and who does it compete with? So the competition is pretty fierce. They do compete with Mobileye and Intel, even Nvidia and Qualcomm. So these are all the tech giants, and they also compete with well-established semiconductor leaders like Texas Instruments, NXP Semiconductors, Broadcom, and there are also other players specializing in AI vision, and so there are of course smaller players. And then you also have competition from China. Huawei is a competitor. So competition is pretty fierce. That's one of the downsides of AMBArella. So as these chips gets commoditized, it's very tough to compete, especially with the Chinese players. So that's one of the red flags for this company. But given the huge tailwinds, I think everybody can grow until it becomes really commoditized, maybe down the line. So let's look at the AMBArella's competitive advantage. The main advantage that they tout is the power efficiency. So they claim their chips are exclusively designed with the computer vision in mind, with a low power, with a very high power efficiency. And they also have a built-in neural network computational in the chip itself. So you don't have to rely on other chips, or the edge devices can act or move with much more intelligence without having to rely on the other chips or even the back-end data center. So that's their advantage. One is the power efficiency and built-in neural network. Let's look at their management. Fermi Wang, he has an earlier track record of building a FRA web systems, which got acquired by Sun Microsystems. And you've got Lei Scon, who's the CTO, and then we have Stephen Hong, whose company got acquired. So he was also a co-founder before. So one thing with the management is that they don't own a lot of shares in the company. That's a huge red flag for me. Ideally, I would like to see the co-founders have a significant chunk in the company, but that's a red flag in this company. So they seem to be having like maybe less than 5% total. So I'm not sure why that is. So that's what it is. Okay, let's look at the stock history. The AMBArella has been sort of a disappointment for the last 10 years. It has gone nowhere. As you can see, back in 2015, there was a lot of hype about computer vision when the AI and the neural networks got started. The computer vision had a lot of hype. So it's been almost 10 years, the stock went nowhere. The reason being that they were initially focusing on ADAS. ADAS means where the self-driving cars. So they were targeting self-driving cars and providing the cameras for the cars. But as you know, these have very long cycles, very competitive market. It's tough to compete against the giants because there are very few car vendors that you should win as a customers. So they didn't have much, at least huge success there. They had a lot of success with the GoPro, but again, which that market really died down almost. So right now they're seeing a new traction in the robotics and edge AI market. So I think this hopefully is going to be a new growth curve that is going to take AMBArella stock into new highs. That's our hope and expectations based on last two earnings releases. We have to wait for a couple more quarters to get that confirmation. So we would have to slowly, gradually invest in the company, not go all in or invest everything all at once. So my strategy is to invest some this quarter, wait for the next earnings release, see how they do, see if the earnings continue, or if it's just a couple of quarters of surprise, or is that growth sustainable or not. So we have to wait and see for another 1 quarter or 2 quarters. So my strategy is to gradually increase the investment. And let's say if you want to invest 100%, put maybe 30-40% this quarter and slowly add as we go. So in summary, the company is in a very exciting market of edge AI with a lot of growth of robotics, drones, which might lift this company's revenue and the stock. So we're expecting the price to double from now, before maybe hopefully by end of next year, based on how well they do. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Again, keep in mind, please do your due diligence, invest gradually, don't go all at once. So do a dollar cost averaging as the stock goes up, do a dollar cost averaging, and also wait for next earnings or maybe next 2 quarters earnings to get the confirmation to invest more and to commit more capital. That's all I have about AMBArella. If you like this video, please share and subscribe. Also, please leave a comments. Anything that I missed in this video, I would like to add that in my next video. Thank you.